On in.
Today is the third session, no?
Fourth.
Yes, sir. Fourth.
Today is the fourth session.
Fourth.
Fourth, yeah.
Can you see the timer, guys?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, now you can hold on 1 minute. Anirudh, I have sent you the live link.
Okay, sir.
Start admitting everybody, please.
Yes, sir. రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నారా మీరు కూడా?
Hello.
Yes, it is going on.
So I hope at 3:20 we can log in. Because yesterday and today it got little late, like 3:26. Or if you confirm 3:30, it's also.
Edwin, can you mute everybody, please? And only. Hello, all. We'll be starting the session in another 50 seconds.
මේක චාර්ජ් එක ගහනකොට මගේ තාක්ෂිය තියරමියා එක. චාර්ජ්. එන්න ගාවේ.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the fourth day. Hello, all. Welcome to the fourth day. Hope you are all able to hear me. Thumbs up if you are able to hear me. Great. We have Jeevana Fernando here, your Assistant Director, Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau. We'll start off with his notes and then we'll go with our presentation as usual. Jeevana, over to you, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Bala. I think we are in the fourth session of this Ramayana training series. And today, as Bala said, it is we will discuss our 3 sites today about Sita Kotua, Sita Elia, and Haggala Botanical Gardens, which is Ashok Vadiga. So I think this is a great session because there are so many response from our side also for this training session. There are so many government officials are also participating. I received from today morning, there was several calls from these government officials thanking about organizing this training program. So I think this initiative is from Bala we talk about a guide training program from about 3 years.
Yes.
Am
3
I
years.
correct, Bala?
Yes,
From
yes. Close to 3 years. Yes.
close to 3 years. Actually, we will have another inside training after we will get relaxed from COVID situation, when Bala can come to Sri Lanka. I think we can have another session in Sri Lanka also.
Sure.
So thank you very much again, Bala,
Thanks a
for
lot.
organizing this training program, and you can start your program now.
Yes. Guys, just allow me. I'm just opening my presentation. Hope you all can see my presentation.
Not yeah, I can see.
You all can see the presentation, right? Okay. Let me pull the window in such a way that I can see at least some of you, if not all. Yes, I'm able to see at least 10 of you now. Great. Let me start off the presentation. And we'll start off the presentation today, and we'll also see, we will have a little lengthier discussion today in the last question and answer sessions, and then we can have more discussion. Welcome to Ramayana Yatra online training session, and myself, Bala Sankradri, the author of My Name is Ravana, the Sri Lankan's perspective of Ramayana. Let us start off. And this program is in association with Sri Lanka Tourism Promotional Bureau, so Sri Lanka. So we are getting into the 4th day of our session. Today is very crucial, very important session today. So before going to the session, let us once recap what all happened before. So all these days, let us recap what all happened all these days. So first day we had class intro, guidelines of the class. First day we had the class intro and the guidelines, and those will continue to be in the same way. And then we had the very purpose of our sessions, why we need all these sessions, for us to improve in our subjects. And that is the whole purpose, to benefit the entire country and the tourism industry. And then we had the classification of Ramayana tourists and Ramayana tourism. We understand that Ramayana is a cultural subject. It comes under cultural tourism. It comes under heritage tourism. It comes under religious tourism. It comes under educational tourism. It has a lot of blend in that. So in any ways, it is again a tourism to the nation. So this is one. And what is the difference between a general tourist and a Ramayana tourist also we have thought of. That is, general tourist likes to explore things. He likes to see new things or adventure things. He likes to explore, like to know new things. But coming to Ramayana, Ramayana is not about exploring. It is about experiencing what he has already known. So we need to sync that very well. And we cannot give something completely out of the box. Kindly, no big surprises to the Ramayana tourist. Please maintain it in a very subtle cultural way itself. And we went into the introduction of Ramayana. We learned that there are more than 500 chapters, over 24,000 verses are there. It's a huge text and a very old text. And we then dived into Ramayana. We learned about Balakanda, where the birth of Rama until he got married. And then we learned about Ayodhya Kanda, where the whole overnight political change situation happened. So overnight politics is not new. It is there from that time also. So overnight political change we have seen, and Rama got exiled. So then you saw the My Name is Ravana teaser on your WhatsApps. And then we got the introduction of Ravana yesterday. So we got to know about his family chain. So who is Ravana? Ravana is Ravana's father. Ravana's father is Vishrava Maharshi, and Vishrava Maharshi has two wives. One is Mandakini and the other one is Kaikasi. So Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Surpanaka, Vibhishana were the sons and daughter of Vishrava Maharshi and Kaikasi. And Vishrava Maharshi and for Mandakini, there's one male child, he is Kubera. Kubera, or you call it as Kuvera. Kubera and Kuvera is elder to Ravana. So Lanka was actually ruled by Kuvera before Ravana. Later on, Ravana, with his gain of knowledge, he takes over Lanka from Kuvera. And then he makes a beautiful city. He makes people very happy. And we had this guest yesterday who came from the Research Institute from USA. He joined Mr. Nilesh Nilkant Oak, popularly known as Nilesh Oak. So he has given some great insight of dating of Ramayana. I hope you all enjoyed his session. And then we also learned about the Jaya and Vijaya's story. If Rama is considered to be Mahavishnu, and if Mahavishnu's 7th incarnation is Rama, we know the 9th incarnation is Buddha. We also have seen the Jaya Vijaya story. So we see that Jaya and Vijaya, who are none other than Ravana and Kumbhakarna, were always in the temples of Indian, even in Tirupati, everywhere we saw them. So this is what we already seen. And as it goes on like that. The story goes on like that. And then how he became the king, he has taken it from Kubera after learning a lot of things, and he's the Pandit. What he has contributed as a person, as a king to the world, he gave the masters of, he's a master of Ayurveda. He learned a lot of Vedas, sciences. He's a master of aeronautics. He didn't invent aeronautics. He didn't invent aeronautics. Pushpa Vimanas were there even from the before times of Ravana. But he's the master. He's the one who mastered it very well. So you all guys know there are a lot of airports. You have a lot of sites related to there. A lot of legend stories related to that in Lanka. Then these are all the contributions of Ravana. Then we also learned a little about Ravana and Kumbhakarna yesterday. So this Klein-Levin syndrome, also known as KL syndrome, also nicknamed as the sleeping beauty disease. So the capacity of sleeping for a longer number of durations, for 3 months, 6 months, 9 days, 15 days, 20 days continuously, where it is fluctuating all the time. Even in Valmiki Ramayanam, it is very clearly mentioned that Kumbhakarna doesn't sleep for 6 months. Sometimes for 3 months, sometimes for 9 months, sometimes for 6 months. It is varying. Even Valmiki Ramayanam, that period of sleeping, that is called episode of sleeping, those episodes keep differing in length. So that was very clearly mentioned in Valmiki Ramayanam also. And very similar to the treatment what Ravana gave to Kumbhakarna, expecting as per the Nilesh Okji's study 14,000 years back, or even more than that, is the same way how even today modern KL syndrome patients are being treated. And it is very, very little which the world even knows about how to cure this KL syndrome is not known till now. Very little we know about that. So it is nothing exaggerated. We assumed it to be exaggerated, but we see the actual cases. And we also seen that more than 6-7 years they took to find one case of KL syndrome in the entire globe, which means an extremely rare disorder. Well, we are getting into day 4, a very interesting episode. So today we'll be more concentrating on the crucial part, that is Sita's abduction and how that has to be narrated as the tourist guide to the audience. Okay, and it is now entire tourism industry guides, you guys are going to take the ambassadorship of maintaining diplomacy and presenting the story in an extreme diplomatic way. Let us see how the story goes on. You all know how they have come to the forest, how Rama, Lakshmana and Sita have come into the forest. You have already knew that. And you already knew from yesterday's and day before yesterday's discussion, especially yesterday's, that Ravana, being the king of Lanka, he not only ruled Lanka, but he has a lot of control on many parts of the world. Just like around 200 or 300 years, not like that, but just for an example, 200 years back, how a small island, Britain has taken control on the entire world, most of the world parts. Similarly, Ravana, in keeping Lanka as his capital island, he has a great control on the entire world. So there are influences of him even in Maharashtra regions, all this stuff in India also. So when Sita Devi was abducted, we are getting to the abduction scene. So normally in the movies, normally what we have seen in the stories, in the skits, in YouTubes or in the plays, let us see what we know actually and what is actually mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana and why there is a gap in between. What we generally see in, I'm going in a little slow pace because it's a very important episode. What we normally see in the episodes of movies or YouTubes or theaters or dramas anywhere is that we see that Surpanaka has come into the forest, saw these beautiful guys, Rama and Lakshmana, fell attraction for those two handsome men, proposed. However, those two men has opposed it. In those conversation, Surpanaka tried to attack Sita because assuming that because of that beautiful lady there, these two men are not accepting her. In the course of defense, Lakshmana chops or hurts Surpanaka badly, and then Surpanaka comes to Ravana, explains that she has been hurt badly, and then asks that the beautiful girl there in the forest named Sita, she is supposed to be in your court. So, and the Ravana goes, brings her. This is how the narration you have heard all these years from the YouTube channels, etc., etc. But is that the same way what Valmiki Ramayana also says? Yes, the main line is the same, but there is something, a lot of things which are struck. So let us now get into those and how to explain it to the tourist. We'll get into those parts. First, Surpanaka has found these two gentlemen, very handsome men, proposed them. She fell for their handsomeness. She proposed. They softly rejected. Surpanaka thought that it was because of the beautiful lady there. They are rejecting Surpanaka. It doesn't mean Surpanaka is bad. Surpanaka is also beautiful lady. But because of Sita, they are not accepting Surpanaka. That's what she felt. She felt like hurting Sita. In the defense, Lakshmana hurts Surpanaka. Till then, it's all fine. After that, there is something happened which is normally not shown in the videos. After that, Surpanaka doesn't come to Ravana directly. Remember, Surpanaka doesn't come to Ravana directly. Surpanaka herself, being one of the administrator under Ravana's rule, she also has a certain control on Ravana's army. So Ravana was having army troops in various other parts of the world as also. Like today, how different countries place their army in different zones, not only restricting them to their own land. So Ravana was having teams of battalions spread across the world. So in which one such thing is there under the control of Surpanaka, where Khara and Dushnas were the lead of the troops, that particular battalion of Ravana. So that battalion holds 14,000 soldiers of Ravana. The battalion holds 14,000 soldiers of Ravana, and Khara and Dushan were the leads of that entire battalion of Ravana. Surpanaka is having control on Khara and Dushan, and Surpanaka doesn't go to Ravana directly. She goes to Khara and Dushan and asks them, so we need to, I like these two people, we need to get them scared of me. We need to, they rejected me, we need to capture these two men. I want those two men. When Surpanaka says that, Khara and Dushan, they don't want to fight with Rama, they don't want to fight with Lakshmana. Their intention was not that, but they went to show the power of Surpanaka and her brother. They went with entire 14,000 battalion to show the power and how great was Surpanaka. But still, even after seeing that huge battalion, Rama and Lakshmana were not scared of. because they've already had this experience with Vishwamitra handling huge battalions. They've already seen that. And they also are equipped with great amount of missile technologies, arrows, etc. And Rama and Lakshmana are very expert in the archery. So they're not scared of. So this is something what Surpanaka or Kara and Dushan, the troop leads, have not expected. They have not expected two simple men. For them, it is only two simple men. They don't know the history of what they are. So for two simple men not being scared of seeing such a big battalion was a little surprise. And then Kara and Dushan further instigates, see, if you don't accept to what our leader Surpanaka has asked for, then we will get into the war. They tried to threaten Ram and Lakshman. In the process, these people doesn't get scared. They still stand. And the dialogue gets one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other. And then it slowly picks up the gear and the war breaks between this 14,000 battalion of Kara and Dushan and then Ram and Lakshman. So then immediately Lakshman goes in the protection of Sita and Ram starts fighting the entire troop. So this is how it happens. And he manages to fight the entire 14,000 troop with the missiles, missile technology or archery technology, the astras. In those days, they are used to call astras, which were being taught to Rama majorly by Vishwamitra and also by Vasishtha. He used all those and he managed to destroy the entire 14,000 battalion and Kara and Dushan. So remember, in normal episodes of the television sets or the movies, this war episode is a huge war episode of 14,000 battalion. This war episode is normally not shot or screened. The reason is because for a commercial element, commercial television element, planning a war at the end of the scene with Ravana actually, and planning one more such a huge war, again, another one, is commercially not viable for a television set or a movie scenes. And that was why it is not mentioned. That is not why it is not screened. That is something which happened. It's okay if the Indians doesn't know that, it's all fine. But we, being the Sri Lankans, we should know that the loss of this entire 14,000 battalion also, because that is linked to how you softly explain the abduction of Sita. And there comes also the Jaya's part. We'll be getting into that now. So Surpanaka comes back to Ravana, where Ravana and Vibhishana were there in the chamber. So Surpanaka, being the sister of the loving brothers, she comes there, but in a very uneasy way, in a very, very uneasy way. She was stumbling, she's rubbing her hands, not feeling that comfortable to talk. That ease of talking to brother was not there or not noticed at that point in time. So Ravana asked, what is that? What happened to you? You're not that comfortable like any days before. Something wrong, what happened to you? And then Surpanaka says that your Kara and Dushana, the troop leads, and the 14,000 battalion of yours are dead. That is a shock. That is a mere shock to Ravana. How can Kara and Dushana die? Such a great battalion. How can they die? How can they die? So, and how can 14,000 troops die? It is a massive shock to Ravana. And then she started describing about the Sita. She started describing of the two men, what she found in the forest, and how this war broke between the 14,000 battalion and Ram and Lakshman. This thing is all again narrated by Surpanaka to both the brothers. And Surpanaka started insisting, brother, that lady, such a beautiful lady, is worth being in your court. And let me take a detour and say, Ravana is an extremely handsome guy. Ravana is extremely handsome guy. Ravana is extremely moral person. Ravana is an extremely great politically managed person. He managed the entire world. He managed the entire world. So, and he has craze of women following also. So he's such a nice guy. He has a lot of craze following for the women also. Women fall for him. He not falling behind the women. Women fall for him. Okay, and this was narrated by Mandodari, her own wife. I will be talking about that episode in the next scenes also. So that is the beauty, that is the handsomeness of Ravana was, and he's politically so strong. He's politically so strong. Now coming back to the Surpanaka scene, when this discussion is happening, Vibhishana comes into picture and says, "See, Surpanaka, according to what you are saying, I can make a sense that the instigation was initially made from our side. So no doubt the instigation was made from you. So the initial mistake was from you, Surpanaka, which was not supposed to be done. That instigation should not be done," is what Vibhishana is discussing with Surpanaka. But Ravana goes a little away from the discussion. Ravana has something else in his mind. And this is very important. Ravana has something else in his mind. He knows the purpose, the very purpose of he coming onto the earth. He knows that he was Jaya. He knows that Kumbhakarna was Vijaya. They all know their birth secrets. They know the purpose. They have come onto the earth only to show what is bad. But when he is taken the birth of Ravana, he needs to do his job as a king as well. But at the end of the day, he needs to act the purpose of why he has come. He's thinking behind in his mind. He's well prepared now. He has a beautiful army. He has a great kingdom. He has a lot of political science. He's thinking in his mind, how can 14,000 battalion and only two men, Rama and Lakshmana, kill and the entire 14,000 battalion and Karandushana? How is it possible? So, is there one among these two people is Mahavishnu himself? He got a doubt. Is one of these two people is Mahavishnu himself? So, which means, is it the time for me and Mahavishnu together to play the actual play the actual scene, to show the actual scene? Now this question has come. So it is striking in Ravana's mind. Because he not supposed to be disclosing his birth secret, he's keeping it for himself. He's thinking in his mind. And then says Surpanaka, in a very tactful way, he says to Surpanaka, Surpanaka, what you said, if it is true, what you have said, if it is true, like how you asked, I'll bring that lady to Lanka. What Surpanaka understood was, Ravana told, what if you have said is true, I'll bring that lady as you have asked to Lanka. What Surpanaka has understood is that Ravana accepted her wish of bringing Sita to Lanka, and that's why he is going. But what is actually there in Ravana's mind was to check whether it is Mahavishnu or not. And if it is Mahavishnu, to bring Mahavishnu to Lanka to finish the whole purpose of he coming onto the earth. It's a very tricky dialogue there. Then, we all know, we have seen Ravana ruling the entire world before, having a lot of political connections, a lot of establishments, all this stuff is then, is very diplomatic, we know that. Now keep Ravana for a side and let us see, even if you are taking a small village head, let us go to a small village, maybe having around 25 to 30 houses only, a very small village. And then we say there is a village head in that village. There is some dispute between two people there. What will this village head do? What will this village head do? He will not only listen to one side version. He will naturally bring the second side version also, and then go for the decision or judgment. That's how anywhere it does. And that's how even Ravana was doing all the time. That's how even Ravana was doing all the time. But this is a peculiar case. This is a peculiar case. Ravana has established his kingdom across the world because he is also having this thing. This is the basic quality of any small leader also. Ravana is a big guy. And how can he listen only to Surpanaka's words and go away and bring Sita? It is not. but which means he has something in his mind. Now he goes. If he really wants to bring Sita away, or if he really wants to kill that person, whoever it is, he might have gone all alone. He's enough to go, or he can do it by himself. Or why should even he go? He might have sent Indrajit, his son, or he might have sent someone else also. He might have sent so many people. Instead of sending all those, why Ravana, being such an emperor, he himself, why should he move for these small things? He might have sent his next battalion, right? Much bigger battalion. He might have sent Indrajit, who is more powerful, very, very powerful among all the troops. So he might have sent all this. But why did he move from his crown and he himself went? But he has something else in his mind. He has something else very strong in his mind. And when he's going, did he go alone? He didn't go alone. He took Marich and went. If he really wants to go, then he might have gone at least alone. He took Marich and went. Why he took Marich and went? He took Marich and went because Marich is known for his tricks, the trades, the magics, what is he can do. Marich is known for that. He took Marich and went, and then narrated a script to Marich. Marich, this is something what you need to do for me. So in this act, if you have to die, you have to die. This is something for a bigger cause, which cannot be disclosed for you at this point in time. But remember, you are doing it something for a much, much, much bigger cause. The act, what you need to do is, you need to go there and somehow distract them and make those two men be away from Sita. Especially who I'm suspecting is, these two are married. This one person is not married, but the other person is married. One person is not having, not married. But the one person is not having his wife with him. The other person is having the wife. So I'm suspecting the elder person may be one whom I'm looking out for. He's not disclosing that he's the Jaya. He's not disclosing that Rama might have been the Mahavishnu. He has it in his mind, but he said, I'm doing for a bigger cause. So when you go, I want you to distract them. I want you to take that man away from Sita, from that girl. And then in the process, you kill that person off. If that person gets killed by you, then it is nothing, because he is like any other person. I need not be worried about, and then this is not the actual time for me to think about what the next step has to be done. But if you were killed, if you were defeated by that person, if you were killed by that person, then give me a signal like this. Shout in the Rama's word, Hey Ram, Hey Lakshman. That would be my signal. That will be my signal. If you give me that signal, if I hear that signal of yours, then I will take the confirmation that this guy is the actual Sri Mahavishnu, and my role to show the heights of badness to the mankind, to teach the mankind what is good, and our role together as a family, as Mahavishnu, Lakshmi, that is Rama and Sita, and myself and Kumbhakarna, we all want to show the beauty of what is good and what is bad. We want to show the mankind. That act I have to take it immediately. So that is what is in his mind. So he asks Maricha, he doesn't tell all this to Maricha, but Maricha, he says, if you are getting killed in that person's hand, which means you need to give me this signal and then die, which means I'll confirm and then I'll decide what the next course of action I have to do. And then Maricha goes as the golden deer, you might have heard this, and then the Rama goes in behind the golden deer, and then later the signal comes. As the signal comes, even Lakshmana goes. And let us get into the scene of abduction of Sita. Now Ravana has confirmed that it is Mahavishnu. So now the time has come to make his role now. He needs to turn back into a completely. He is not, all this while he is praised a lot, but now he is sacrificing his name. He is sacrificing the entire name what he has gained all this while. So he knows that because he has some bigger game in his mind. He has some bigger purpose for coming on to the whole purpose. So he has something in his mind. And then he feels this is the right way to do. And guys, we always see in the episodes of online videos, etc., that Ravana pulled Sita from the below, he took from the earth, all this stuff. These are exaggerations pulled up. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is very clearly mentioned that There is no Lakshmana Rekha. There is something called Lakshmana Rekha, which has come in the later parts of these episodes, or excuse me, in these folk things, etc., which has been creeped up. But in reality, in the actual Valmiki Ramayana, that Lakshmana Rekha itself was not there. So Lakshmana drawing the line, asking Sita not to cross it. Then Ravana trying to cross it. Then the fire comes out. He couldn't cross. These stuff are all not there in Valmiki Ramayana. Clean. So when your audience, when your tourists point out that, you can say, ma'am, that has come in the later part of Ramayanams. Ramayana, there are thousands of versions of Ramayana. There are thousands of versions of narratives in scripts and movies, etc. So it has picked up at the later stage, but in the Valmiki Ramayana, it is not there. Is it real? Yes, it is real. If you want, you read Valmiki Ramayana. It is very sure that in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no Lakshmana Rekha. In Valmiki Ramayana, it is very clean and very neat way it is mentioned. Ravana comes as a sage. He requests for food, and Sita observes him as a sage. She invites him inside. She serves food, gives all the foods. Ravana, while eating the food, inquires about why you are in this deep forest. She inquires about Sita. Sita starts telling about her story of how she got married to Ram and what happened in Ayodhya, how she has come back. The whole history is narrated. All these are adding up to Ravana's mind in reconfirming the from where did Rama come and how the Mahavishnu has come. All this stuff is adding up to all those. And then finally, when the food is over, when Ravana is washing his hands, then Sita asks who you are. And then Ravana discloses his identity and then forcefully takes Sita. When he's forcefully taking Sita, like any other abductions happen, he pulled her hair, he pulled her hand, and then only took her into his Pushpak Viman and then took the air, and then he took off into the air. This is how, in a very simple way, in Valmiki Ramayana is written. The lifting from the ground, the Lakshman Rekha, fire coming out is all at the later stage got added to Ramayana. In the original script, it is not there. Okay, now when he is abducting Sita, the Ravana internally he feels that he is having sweat in his hand. He knows that he is doing an injustice to a woman. He knows that. But when he's abducting, for the society, for the world, it is like Surpanaka asked, and he agreed for that because of the lust is bringing to Lanka. But in reality, it is not. Such a great king will not fall for just a woman. Okay, it is in reality, he has something else in his mind. He has his duty, what he has already promised to Mahavishnu in his earlier lives. And then for that to satisfy, to do his duties, he has come. And now you will get more and more links. It is not that Rama came straight to Lanka. It is Ravana who helped Rama to identify the route to Lanka. It is Ravana who helped Rama indirectly to identify the route to Lanka. And how is that happening? Let us see. First, when Sita is being carried, airlifted, the Jatayu comes into picture. Jatayu tries to help Sita. That means it is trying to fight with Ravana in support of Sita. Okay, in support of Sita, Jatayu is shocked by Ravana. There was a war episode happened also. It is very nicely described, but that is all required for us. What happens? Ravana doesn't kill Jatayu. If it is really he want to kill it off, he might have chopped into multiple pieces. He might have killed Jatayu completely. Ravana only dismantles her ability, the Jatayu's ability, his ability to fly or to fight. He doesn't kill Jatayu. Later on, with that hurts, Jatayu dies. That is a different part. But he doesn't kill at that point in time. He hurts Jatayu. When Ravana is such a strong guy, he might have actually killed it. He didn't kill it. He only hurts that with an intention that Jatayu will give the hint to Rama and Lakshmana at the later stage. Jatayu's and Ravana reveals his identity to Jatayu as well. Ravana reveals his identity to Jatayu and then neutralizes it from flying and attacking. He doesn't kill Jatayu. But because of the bleeding, it dies in the hands of, when he was dying in the last minutes, it gives the identity to Rama. It gives the first hint at the later stage. It is Jatayu, it gives the first hint to Rama that Ravana took Sita and Ravana flew in the south direction. It was Jatayu is the first hint what is getting. The second hint is Sita, when Ravana is abducting Sita, Sita finds, or when the Ravana's flight is over Rishamukha Parvatam, that is somewhere near Hampi in Karnataka today. So when he's flying through that part, what Sita does is Sita finds some Vanaras below on the mountain. What she does is she removes a part of her clothing, a piece of cloth, ties all the jewelry within to some of the jewelries where she can give an identity, a clue, and then drops that to people in such a way that it falls to those Vanaras. The Vanaras will preserve it somehow. This will give a clue to Rama. This is the hint what Sita attempts to do. Ravana, when he's carrying in his own flight, he might have objected Sita also not doing that. He allowed Sita to do that. So this is the second hint what Ravana allowed Sita to give the hint. Okay, and the third hint is purely an attempt of Ravana himself. Purely an attempt of Ravana himself. Let us see what happens. When he's flying in the air, he finds a person called Suparvu. Suparvu is found. Suparvu is also called as Suparsvudu. Suparsvu is also known as Suparsvu. He is also known as Suparvu. He finds Suparvu, another person. Who is Suparvu? Suparvu is the son of Jatayu's brother called Sampati. Suparvu is an eagle who is the son of Jatayu's brother called Sampati. And there is again a detour of Sampati's and Jatayu's communication. That is a different story. Let us not get into that story. Let us get into what happened with Suparvu or Suparsvudu. Okay, he comes, this Suparsvu is there, and then what happens? Ravana is flying on the top. He need not stop or he need not come down to Suparsvu. But he finding Suparsvu, what he does is he comes down to the land, wantedly takes the flight in the rolling vehicle on the ground, goes to Suparvu in the Suparvu's way. He goes in the opposite direction of Suparvu wantedly and asks Suparvu, get out of my way. I have to go. And then he goes off wantedly. And Ravana also finds some munis, some sages who are practicing their penance nearby. So he made an attempt of being visible to Suparvu. Of Suparvu goes to Sampati, his father, who is the brother of Jatayu, and reveals that this is what happened when I was going. There's some guy who has subjected me, and the munis who have seen beside that I saw this person have narrated who he is, and the munis, the saints, told me that the person who is taking that lady was Ravana, the most powerful person in the world. If you might have objected, you might have been chopped by Ravana himself. He gives that hint. So Suparvu goes and tells the same story to Sampati. Now let us come back. Just repeating. Okay. So now Ravana is back in Lanka. Remember, till now Rama has not met Hanuma or his team. Till now, the introduction to Rama, between Rama and Hanuma, has not happened till now. Okay, so Ravana has brought the beautiful lady to Lanka, and he brings the beautiful lady to Mandodari's palace. Mandodari's palace, and asked Mandodari to please take care of the woman very carefully. Very carefully. And he instructs all the women that whatever she wants, please give it. Do not reject anything for her. You do not take for every small permissions to me. Make her feel very happy. Whatever she asks, you give it. You ask whether she asks whatever food or whatever jewels, whatever she asks, you please give it. That is what Ravana instructs to his court women and Mandodari and other wives of his. And then one day, Mandodari comes to Ravana and says, Ravana, you see, this girl is not eating food. This girl is continuously weeping, 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 and weeping. We are worried that she may die only weeping all the while. So being here in this beautiful palace, she is not understanding how great the palace is. So she is still weeping for her husband. Okay. So, and we all men, we all women have come behind you. This is what Mandodari is saying. So this shows how handsome Ravana was. We all women have come behind you, knowing your abilities and knowing your being admired to your handsomeness. But this lady whom you have brought now is not like that. It's a different case. She is not eating food. She's not accepting you. So why don't you let her go? Or at least if you are not able to let her go, please keep her away from us, because we're unable to see the amount of pain she's undergoing. We're unable to see the amount of pain what she's undergoing is what Mandodari suggests to Ravana. And in Valmiki Ramayana also it says the Mandodari's and Ravana's life is more like a friendship. They both love each other so much. They both talk in a very friendly way. So Mandodari used to be a part of suggesting some political issues also to Ravana. So Mandodari is so popular in that also. When this was said to Mandodari, when Mandodari said this to Ravana, Ravana is having great pain within himself. Very great pain within himself. He knows the entire world is thinking that he has abducted Sita just to satisfy his lust. But in reality, what he was in his mind, that it was Sri Mahalakshmi at the Vaikuntham. It's almost treated as her master or masteress or mother or whatever. He is a devotee of Sri Mahalakshmi, and he knows that he has brought Mahalakshmi here. And Mahalakshmi herself is playing the role of Sita, and this is all an act. It's only Ravana knows, and to whom else he can disclose? He cannot disclose to anybody except to Vijaya, that is Kumbhakarna. Only he can disclose it to Kumbhakarna. Even if he discloses to Kumbhakarna, Kumbhakarna cannot reveal it to the rest of the world, because it is all to show the truth or softness. Good always trumps over the badness. That is what he wants to show, and we'll know at the later stage. And at this stage, you remember, Ravana has everything. Ravana has the greatest army. Ravana has the greatest administration, everything. And what does Rama have? He has nothing. He's already out from his kingdom. He's living in forest with no one else. Only his brother is there. This is what the situation is. And then when Mandodari said, we are unable to see her sadness. We're unable to see her sadness. Please take her at least away from us. We are feeling very bad seeing her pain. We are unable to bear that painness, because we all women are getting into that sad mood all the time when she is crying so much without eating food. So to make that console, Ravana immediately orders his men to build a mansion to Sita, a big mansion to Sita, which means kota. Kota means mansion. That is now called as Kotua. So, and that is the place where Sita Kotua comes. That is the place where Sita Kotua comes. Sita Kotua is not Mandodari's palace. Sita Kotua is the palace which was asked by Ravana to build for Sita. It's a mansion which was asked to build for Sita. This is how you need to narrate to your tourists. Okay, remember it very carefully. Okay, this is how Sita Kotua comes. And then Sita rejects for the luxuries offered by Ravana. Sita rejects for the luxuries offered by Ravana and continues to keep weeping. So then what Ravana felt was, in any ways, I cannot make this girl stop crying. And I cannot, anyhow, whatsoever happens, how much ever our issues happen, I cannot let her go also, because I have a better thing which not a normal people around me can understand. I have a better job, a better role, a bigger role for me in my mind. So I cannot make her go, but she is not accepting the offers what I'm giving. I made a palace for her, but she is not ready to accept that also. So what maximum I can do, this is what Ravana, what maximum I can do is, I can put her into a vanam, a beautiful garden, which is called Asoka Vanam. And then comes the Asoka Vanam. And what is the meaning of Asoka Vanam? Which means, Sokam means sorrow. Sokam means sorrow. Asokam means no sorrow. Asoka Vanam means a garden of no sorrow, which means the garden is so beautifully organized with a lot of waterfalls and a lot of flowers, a lot of birds, very well maintained garden, which means Asoka means a sorrowless garden. That's what it means. Asokam. That's what it means. You can note down. Asokam. And then he finally decides, at least she is not willing to take any of my offerings. Let her at least be in that Asokavanam so that she'll be close to the nature, and let her mind be little diverted and take some rest. At least let her not die out of crying, and let her at least survive for some more days by staying there. When he is with the nature, at least her mind will get a little diverted. That was what Ravana felt. This is all the pain what Ravana is feeling inside. He cannot let it out. So, and then he makes her stay in Asokavanam. And the word Asoka means no sorrow, a garden of no sorrow. And now, I'll let you know a little more details about Asokavanam. Okay, let me tell right now. So Asokavanam, normally when the tourist comes to Sri Lanka, so even in India, what happened was, the people starts saying Asokavanam means it is a garden of Ashoka trees, they assume. So because the later part, Ashoka has come, the later stage of in the recent past, after Buddha, Ashoka's kingdom has come. Then a new tree has been planted called Ashoka tree. Ashoka started planting trees on both sides of the roads. We might have learned this Ashoka story in our history books. Somehow this Ashoka and the Asokavanam, which means no Shokam, got confused in the modern people, and they started feeling this is the garden of Ashoka trees. This is how it crept in. And the Sita was sitting under the tree called, the tree under which Sita was sitting when Hanuma has come was Sishupa Vriksham. Sishupa Vriksham. Sishupa was the tree name where Sita was sitting when Hanuma came to visit her at the later stage. We'll come to that. It is Sishupa Vriksham. It is Sishupa Vriksham. Okay, because of this confusion that happened, because of Ashoka trees and this confusion that happened, people started assuming it to be Ashoka tree. Okay, in Valmiki Ramayana, it's very clearly said it's Sishupa tree. Now you go to Google and type what is the tree under which Sita sat in Ashokavanam during the time of Ravana, the Google says it's Ashoka tree. Okay, so it is, the tree name is Sishupa Vriksham, and Ashoka means no sorrow, actually. So this is what. So and what you, something proudly what you can say is Asokavanam is considered to be the today's Sita Elia temple, and covered with all this Hagala gardens, all this stuff put together is called Asokavanam. Not only the temple region. Okay, so temple region is considered, maybe temple region might have been the place where this Sishupa Vriksham was there, or something like that might have happened. No sure on that. But this temple region and the Hagala gardens all put together is the Asokavanam. What you as the tourist guide or the tourism industry, what you can proudly say is, see, it was the garden of Ravana. It is still maintained as the garden in the Sri Lankan government also. Haggala Gardens is still a garden very close to Sita Elia temple. So this Sita Elia temple and Haggala Gardens put together, you can say it is Asokavanam, Asokavanam, Asokavanam. And you can put all this put together, you can say this is Ashokavanam, and you can proudly say, see, Ravana was maintaining the garden at that time. If not the complete area, at least a certain portion of it, even we are still maintaining it to continue as the garden itself. And make sure when you are taking them to Asoka Sita Kotua temple, you should also take them to Haggala Gardens also. So preferably take them to Sita Elia temple in the evening times, so that they can spend some time in the Haggala Gardens also. Never make an itinerary with only Sita Elia temple. Always club the itinerary with Sita Elia temple and the Haggala Gardens. Take them to Sita Elia temple, show them the Sita Elia temple, then go drop them in the Haggala Gardens, allow them to roam in the Haggala Gardens, spend some time with them. Now I have told you so much of story. Start narrating the story to them. Make a dialogue with the tourist. Discuss with the tourist. Keep communicating with the tourist on the story. Involve with the tourist in the story. Let them enjoy the conversation with you. Tourist guide is one who need to build the conversation and narrate the story. And everybody has to narrate the same story. Okay. And proudly say, so it was Ravana's garden at the time. Even now we are maintaining the same garden. This is one key point what you can mention. Sita Elia temple and Haggala Gardens. These two put together only have to take it forward. Some slides are repeating. Okay. Yeah. Now Rama is cracking the clues. Let us see how he cracked the clues. All the three clues what were given. How he cracked the clues. So we'll stop till he cracking the clues. We'll finish it off today, and then we'll go for the question and answer sessions. How he cracked the clues. First, he found the Jatayu. He found that it is Ravana who abducted. And he found that it has gone in the south direction. It has gone in the south direction. He got the first clue. And then they started going in the south direction. After they passed by in the south direction, before reaching the Vanaras, they come across. There are a lot of people who they come across. They come across Sabari. They come across one more person. They come across. So now Sabari, and there's one more person in between. These two suggests Rama go to south direction and near Rishamukha Parvat, that is somewhere near to the Hampi region now. There's a person called Sugriva. Meet Sugriva. He's a Vanara king. Sugriva and you have similar things within you. Sugriva is also away from his kingdom. Sugriva also lost his kingdom. He is living away from his kingdom. Sugriva's wife is also under the custody of Vali. Sugriva's wife is also under the custody of Vali. So your wife is also away. Sugriva's wife is also away. You are also away from the kingdom. Sugriva is also away from the kingdom. So you both have certain things and qualities. But Sugriva has army also. Sugriva's word makes a lot of difference. So Sugriva is also in need of help. So Sugriva needs someone's help to defeat his brother Vali and get his kingdom back. So if you go and seek Sugriva's help, maybe you both can have a win-win situation. You both may have a give and take policy. So you can help him winning his kingdom, and he can help in gathering army for you to go and finally fight with Ravana, because fighting Ravana is not a small deed. So, and then, sorry, I didn't change the slide. So that is where then he goes there, he meets Hanuma, he meets Sugriva, he meets all of them and takes and helps Sugriva to defeat his brother, or later turned into enemy Vali, and get Ruma released from Sugriva. Ruma Devi, remember this name, it's very important. In the next episodes, I'll be talking about Ruma Devi. Ruma Devi is the wife of Sugriva, the king of Vanaras, who helped Rama in building the army. Okay, Sugriva name and Ruma Devi name is very, very important because it is something related to one of the sites. Maybe you might be guessing it already. In the later stage, in tomorrow's or the day after tomorrow's, we'll be discussing about Ruma Devi more in detail. And then they meet Sampati again. This is not Suparvu. Suparvu or Suparsu was the one who saw, but he told to Sampati. Sampati is his brother, his father, and Sampati is the brother of Jatayu. When these Vanaras are passing and reached the place, almost to Mahindra Parvat, to the end of the sea, close to the sea, and when these Vanaras are finding no way to go, so and then they're discussing the Vanaras and Jambavanta, the Bear King, and the Vanaras and Nala, Nila, Angada, all these have come in the south direction in search of Sita. What Sugriva does is they all have that intention. So you remember, there's one more point to mention. So Rama gives a clue, that is ring, to give it to Sita for his identity. Hope you all know that. Okay, Rama gives this ring as an identity to Hanuman, who is going in the south direction, to show it as an identity if they find Sita. Rama gives his identity only to the team which is going to the south direction, while Sugriva sensed in all the directions. Sugriva sensed in all the 4 directions. But the identity of Rama was given only to the south direction, because they already know the clues that Ravana has gone with Sita in the south direction. But to avoid a chance, Sugriva sends in all directions to search. And here Sugriva gives a beautiful narration of the places, kingdoms, rivers, mountains, islands which come across in all the 4 directions. You'll be surprised that 70-80% of those places are still intact in the same way. So how can a person called Valmiki sit in one small place and write about all those places so perfectly if it is not an actual text? Ramayana is an actual, that is one of the clues why Ramayana is an actual text, is our history, is our culture. So that's how they found Sampati, and Sampati will guide them further how to reach Lanka. And then they identify Hanuman to go there. Finally, Hanuman comes to Lanka and gives the identity what Rama gave and proves that he is the actual messenger from Rama himself. Okay, now it is very crucial thing. Ravana, now think about Ravana's side. Okay, now think about Ravana. We'll be coming about more number of things at the later stage. But think how beautifully Ravana is also thinking. Ravana knows some messenger is going to come somehow to Lanka. So at end of the day, he knows that to show the goodness and the badness to the world, to teach the lesson, somehow is going to depart this world on one day or the other in the near very future. So for which he didn't do it like that. He started finding the next possible ruler to the Lanka. He don't want to leave his children, he don't want to leave his citizens. He considers citizens as children. He don't want to leave his citizens all like that. He don't want to do that. So he want to make sure that the next king also will be ready to rule them equally good and in a nice way. So then he wantedly makes an irritable situation with Hanuman. Finally, there is a fight again. Hanuman kills many people there, and finally Indrajit, the eldest son of Ravana, will capture Hanuman and brings to the Lord, that is Ravana. And what happens in the court? It is known for everybody that a messenger is, as per the rules of those times, even today, the ambassador or a messenger of a country, if there is an ambassador of one country, maybe there are 2 countries are fighting. Even today, there are 2 countries which are fighting. If one ambassador of one country goes to the opponent country with whom this country is fighting, that ambassador is not supposed to be kept. He need to have a dialogue of discussion and send them off what it is. Anything is there, see in the battlefield. But with the ambassador or with the messenger, that fight should not happen. That is the basic rule, even then, even now, even tomorrow. But Ravana wants to identify who has that sense of taking the next kingdom. He wants to identify in his group. He knows it is Vibhishana, but if he just knows that it is Vibhishana, he cannot straight away tell Vibhishana, you be the next king. He cannot do that because Ravana himself is going to sacrifice his life. He cannot tell Vibhishana, you be the next king. He need to present it to the entire team. He need to present it to the entire team that Vibhishana is a very good alternative if in case it has to come. And he cannot disclose it as an alternative straightforward. So Vibhishana has to be shown, the glory of Vibhishana has to be shown to the entire court. And that is why Ravana wantedly, in spite of knowing, he wantedly tries to insult Hanuman, the messenger who has come from the other side. Then everybody in the court starts, because king is the king, because whatever king says, the other people are not supposed to object. Everybody says, yes, yes, Ravana, whatever you said is correct. But there is only one person, that is Vibhishana, who objects. No, brother, it is you who taught me the dharma. This is you who taught me the political sciences. And according to what you have taught, we are not supposed to kill the messenger. He has to kill the messenger. We are not supposed to kill the messenger. We are not supposed to harm the messenger. We are not supposed to kill the messenger. It's Vibhishana who objects. And then Ravana looks at a sarcastic way to all the other people. Then they understand that all the other people are wrong and they bend down their heads. But Vibhishana is correct. That message that Vibhishana is actually, even at the critical stages, Vibhishana is knowing the rules and regulations is what Ravana has showed to the rest of the team. And then he further does, he wants Vibhishana to be a more and more insulted. Why? Because, and then he keeps fire to Hanuman's tail, which again Vibhishana objects, but it continues. Then wantedly, now people already know Vibhishana is, for people's view, Vibhishana is objecting Ravana's act. But and Ravana also given a signal in a sarcastic way that you guys are not, only Vibhishana is one who is able to talk the right thing in the lawful way. Okay, but still Ravana continues to keep fire to Hanuman. You saw all that episodes that happening. So which is all that Ravana is playing to show who could be the next king to the society, to the Lankan audience. That is how, that is how Vibhishana is then done. And later on, with that more and more insults, Ravana attempts to insult Vibhishana also. Though he don't wanted to do it wantedly, he did it with an intention that Vibhishana should go on the opposite team, to the Rama's team. He wantedly insults Vibhishana and make sure that Vibhishana goes to the opposite team, to the Rama's team. If Vibhishana has not gone on to the Rama's team, Rama might have not won the war. Nowhere, Rama might have been defeated 3 times, not 1 time. It is Vibhishana, because it is Ravana's attempt of sending Vibhishana, and only because of Vibhishana going on the other side, Ravana won. We'll see about those episodes in the coming stuff, in the coming episodes. It's only because of Vibhishana and because Ravana sent Vibhishana on the other side. If not, when Vibhishana told I will go on the other side, Ravana might have captured Vibhishana also and put in the jail, in the prison. He didn't do that. He has, you go to Rama. He sent. If Vibhishana was not allowed to go on to the other side, definitely Rama might have not won. It is all the play of Ravana. It is all the play of Ravana. And you'll start knowing more and more things tomorrow. I think it's too heavy at this point. Let me see the time. Did I cross the time? Okay, we are almost 1 hour 10 minutes is done from the time we have started. 1 hour 6 minutes approximately. And I will leave to the question and answer sessions now. I'm just stopping my presentation. And admin, please check. Admin, kindly respond. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Kindly, please observing all the people, and if whoever has the questions, please unmute in the same way, the same routine what we are following.
Sure, sir.
Remember, guys, this is now we have clearly know what we have to tell for Sita Kotua. We clearly know what we have to tell for
Sir, one is
Sita,
in for the
Brahman
discussion.
Temple and Hagala Gardens. Yeah, what, please?
One is in for the.
Yeah, please. His name, I cannot see the name. I cannot see.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
I'm
you
George.
tell your name?
I'm George. Yeah, I'm George.
George, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
National
yes, yes,
Guide in
yes.
Sri Lanka. So, can you kindly tell us about the genealogy of Sita, her parents, and how she came into the scene?
Okay, fine. See, Sita is considered as Ayonija. So Sita is considered as Ayonija. This is again a detour story. And then again, we are going on to the day one, Balakanda. So Ayodhya means in Sanskrit, the person who is not born in the regular fashion. So the person or the girl who is not born to a human, he is found. It's called Ayonija, and Sita is considered to be as Ayonija, and because the name Sita is given by herself, she is also known as Janaki because she is the daughter of Janaka Maharaj. She is also called as Vaidehi because she is the daughter of Janaka, whose kingdom is also called as Vaideha. Vaideha. That's why she is also called as Vaidehi. So, and Sita's father was Janaka Maharaj, and Sita also has a sister called Urmila. Urmila gets married to Lakshmana, like I told you in the first day, and Sita gets married to Rama, and Sita has two cousins. Sita has two cousins. One is Mandavi and Shrutakirti. Mandavi and Shrutakirti are the sons or the daughters of Kushadvipa, who is the brother of Janaka Maharaj, that is father of Sita. So Mandavi and Shrutakirti were given to Bharata and Shatrughna respectively. And you know that we have gone to that Rama's lifting the Shivadanas, and that episode we have already seen in the day one explanation. We'll be getting the video also at the end of all the 8 sessions. Any more doubts, please?
Sir, one more is in, sir.
Please. I think it is Namal Selvi. Namal Selvi, we cannot hear you. Your audio is not there. Please check your mic, please.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, one more is in, sir.
Who is speaking? Please.
So my name is Arun. My name is Arun. Yes, Arun Prakash. I'm a national tourist guide lecturer. So, in some places, those who come from India, they ask for Sita Tea Pond. There is a place called Sita Tea Pond in Pusallava.
Yeah, we'll come to that in the next episodes. Coming forward, when we're discussing the itineraries, all this stuff, I'll be coming to Sita Tea Pond also.
Okay, sir. Another question. This one I was supposed to ask yesterday. So
Arun, excuse me, Arun, your voice is. Arun, 1 minute, your audio is not clear. Can you please check once and then talk clearly? Repeat the question.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, tell me, please.
Probably. Okay, sir. Just according to the yesterday that
Nilesh Ogis?
Nilesh is the Ramayana history, it goes back to 12,000 BC.
12,000 BC, yes, around 14,000 years back.
14,
See, I will tell you, you ask your question, then I'll tell you.
So then it was written in Sanskrit, means that Sanskrit language, does it go, if I'm wrong somewhere, you can correct me. But what I have read is Sanskrit language is gone for 3,000, maximum 3,000 to 4,000 BC.
No, it's wrong.
But also, that's what I want to know, because if someone asks if it has been written in Sanskrit, So I can give them a proof that it is written in Sanskrit before 12,000 years ago. Because
Yes.
some guests, they used to ask me.
See, I will tell you. I will ask you. I will tell you this. I will answer you this question in a generic way. But if you want it in a more scientific way, then again, experts like Nilesh Yogji or KK Mohammed ji.
No, sir, I just wanted to explain them.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to that. See, most of these theories of Sanskrit is only 3,000 years old. So all this stuff. Yesterday I gave you one example. Sinhala is older than Ramayana itself, and we have an evidence from the history of Ramayana when Vishwamitra tells the story about Rama's history to Rama himself, that Rama's ancestors' story. When Vishwamitra is telling, then we found a link to Sinhala, which means Sinhala itself is older than Ramayana.
Rama, yes, sir.
Yeah. So see, somehow what happened is most of our history is not the history written by us, what we are learning in our schools. It is during the time of English rule, our history is rewritten. Our history is rewritten. So now it is a lot of research is happening. A lot of things are coming back to life. There are certain things that there's no civilization itself 10,000 years back. There are people like that also who say. So it is not true. There are a lot of things which are coming back. Now the researchers are rewritten. A lot of things are getting rewritten. So even there in a very near future, we can also see a lot of changes which have been dated as so and so number of years will be redated again in the very near future. We'll be seeing that. Even related to Ramayana, a lot of researchers, there are few researchers who say Ramayana is 7,000 years old, that is 5,000 years BCE. There are few researchers who say that it's 9,000 years old. There are different versions. So there are different versions. So now all those researchers are getting advanced and advanced. When no one is doing the research, only one person does the research. It is only one date what we get. When there are 100 people now getting involved, then that debate is a healthy debate, and that is happening now across the globe. So after this meeting at 5 o'clock today, I already told them a message just now that I'll be late by another 10 minutes. So today at 5 o'clock, I have a meeting, Global Ramayana Encyclopedia meeting I have at 5 o'clock today. So that I may be, after finishing yours, maybe 10 minutes later, I will be joining them also. That is a 2-hour session. So a lot of research is happening at global level, not only at the India level. And yesterday, Nilesh Yogji's research is happening at the US. Many research institutes are doing. Maybe I will try to pull in one more research scholar, a proper American. Nilesh Yogji has actually Indian origin settled in USA. You find some proper Americans also doing, proper Englishmen also doing research on this. We will try to pull one among those professors or doctors also in one of these sessions. So the dating what you have seen is not exact. So they are changing it. So just don't be stick on to those dates.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one more reason for the.
Please. Yeah, please.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. My name is Manjula, a tourist guide from Colombo. Today's narration comes under what Khanda? Are we on Aranya Khanda?
See, today's thing, we have covered, actually, we have passed from Aranya Kanda to Kishkinda Kanda also. So Aranya Kanda is Kishkinda Kanda, and we have gone to this. I've skipped a lot of stuff actually to push it forward. Ravana's abduction is a very good question. Please, guys, you note down the rest of the people also. Ravana's abduction of Sita, that comes under Aranya Kanda.
Right.
Jatayu dying, that also comes under Aranya Kanda. Ravana giving hints to that hint, all the 3 hints which are given. So to Sampati, to Jatayu, to Vanaras, this also comes under Aranya Kanda. Okay, and Rama meeting Vanaras, that is Rama meeting Sugrivas. From then onwards, Kishkinda Kanda starts. And there is, I told you, I've skipped the Valis. There is a war between Rama supporting Sugriva and this team fighting with Vali. This is a different story. This is not related to Ravana. It is a completely a detour. So that's why I skipped that one. So that is all. That all comes under Kishkinda Kanda. Okay, till Sampati explaining that Ravana's direction is this way. That is all Kishkinda Kanda. From the time Hanuma enters into Lanka, from that time it is called Sundarakanda. From that time it is called Sundarakanda. And I have also skipped because you have very nice, Manju, you have asked me this question. So when Hanuma entered for the first time into Lanka, the Valmiki itself, he narrates that Hanuma is astonished seeing the beauty of Lanka. He's astonished seeing the beauty of Lanka. He couldn't know where to see and where not to see. So beautiful was Lanka. That's what Valmiki Ramayana says. And then he also says it was so beautiful that Hanuma finds it so difficult, and she starts murmuring himself. I have come to search Sita. I have come to search Sita. I have come to search Sita. He need to keep murmuring within himself so that he'll not forget the real purpose of coming into Lanka. So it was so mesmerizing. That's how the description was given by Valmiki about Lanka. And that means how great the administration of Ravana was there. And then I think Mr. Mallikarjun, someone is trying to, Malsi, yeah. Sir, you can unmute and then you can unmute and ask the question.
Yes. Did you say that before the final war of Rama and Ravana, there was one or two wars because of Vibhishana going to the other side? Is it
not because of Vibhishana going to the other side? There was a war that happened when Surpanaka brings Karan, Dushan and 40,000 battalion. There was one war. Okay, and the second war was not related to Ravana, but Sugriva, in support of Sugriva, Rama supports Sugriva in the war with Vali.
okay, right?
That is a different story.
Right.
Vibhishana goes to Rama in support of Rama. So it is in a way indirectly Ravana only irritates Vibhishana and sends him off from the kingdom. He can actually capture Vibhishana, but he doesn't capture Vibhishana. He sends him off to the other side. Only because of Vibhishana coming in support of Rama, you will start knowing tomorrow and after tomorrow when the war episodes start. It's only because of Vibhishana being in support of Rama, they were able to capture, they were able to defeat Ravana.
Okay.
If Vibhishana might have not gone, that means if Ravana might have not sent Vibhishana, Rama might have not won the war at all. This shows the abilities of Ravana, and you can comfortably talk this to all the tourists. It may be Indians, it may be Indonesians, it may be Thailandese, it may be Europeans, it may be Americans. I'm telling you, down the line we'll be talking about, there are other regions also. It's not only India is your market, the lost of the South Asia is also your market. Now, how to capture that, how to handle that business, we'll be discussing on the 7th day. So, I think anyone else, please? I think Vasant is trying to wave the hand.
So I am Vasanta
Vasant,
to guide. There are some first thing I want to
Vasant,
tell
may I
you.
know who you are? Are you from the DMC or are you from the guide? Or
No, I am a guide.
You are the guide. Yeah, please.
I am guide. First thing I want to tell you is that I wanted to send some questions by email, but email returned back your email.
See,
So,
it is info at admin. Please in the chat put the email ID once again, please.
Sure.
It is info at ramayanayatra.com. Ramayana, NA is there. Please mention. See it carefully, please.
yeah, same email that I returned. I replied, but it came back. The same email which.
Are you all getting the? Are you all getting the email with? Of course, I'm sending in the WhatsApp also. Are you all getting the email for of the Zoom links and test papers?
Yeah,
links?
we are getting it, but we cannot reply back.
You can reply it actually.
I tried 3 times, but it came back again.
Okay.
So anyway,
you can put me on the WhatsApp also if you wanted to.
Yeah, better. Anyway, one thing is that there is a talk in Sri Lanka that Ravana did not die. He is unconscious. So unconscious. Is it true?
Sir, I will tell you. See, there are certain things. See, because of the love towards Sita Devi. I'll tell you an example of today's episodes only. Sita Devi was, during the time of abduction, Sita Devi was pulled with her hair. She was pulled with the hair and then dragged and put into the Pushpak Vimanam of Ravana, or not Pushpak Vimanam, or Vimana of Ravana. She is pulled. So that is how bluntly Valmiki Ramayana has described it. But what happens at the later stage was when these characters, Sita Devi, Ravana, Lakshmana, Rama, Hanuma, when these all characters are being portrayed as the godliness or the supernatural power, when that love towards them happened, what happens naturally in the later stage of when they are making a skit or narration, naturally what happens, Sita Devi is so holy, how can anybody touch even her? Even if she is so holy, if they touch, they will be burnt. So that kind of protectiveness or nature comes with the audience. To satisfy the audience, what happens? To satisfy the audience, the writers will make a little more changes. Writers change the story to satisfy. If not, the drama doesn't play on the skit there. The people will throw stones, people will throw all eggs, etc. on that. So they cannot sustain that. They cannot sustain that. So like that, when they say, no, Ravana didn't touch Sita, Ravana lifted with the complete earth and then flew into the air. The whole earth is being taken, that part of the earth is being taken into the sky. And some people in India, in one place, they told this is the place where the Ravana has digged it and took into the sky. So these are all not having any validation with Valmiki Ramayana. In Valmiki Ramayana, it was very clearly mentioned, very clearly mentioned. After the death of Ravana, so Rama himself suggests Vibhishana is in a dilemma. So what is my brother? My brother has done good, or my brother has done a bad thing? Vibhishana was in a big dilemma. Then Rama himself clarifies, see, your brother has done a wonderful job. So he is not like any small person. He is dying means it is something different. He is definite to go to the Swarga. He will not go, he will not get anything like Naraka or bad things. It will not go there. He will definitely go into the best places. And he need to be given all the ultimate, the end ceremonies, whatever has to be done. That has to be done with the most respect. And Rama himself, Rama, Lakshmana, and Vibhishana together in the last moments, they stay with Vibhishana and get the things done. Only after that, Vibhishana is crowned as the king of Lanka by Lakshmana. The first time they declare it, but the second time they crown him actually properly. So that is done only after the Ravana's cremation is done in a proper way, as per the times following whatever they have.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Edwin, please.
Sir, next is waiting for the rounds.
Yeah.
Hello.
Your name, please, ma'am.
My name is Tilini, and I'm a student.
Student in which university?
I'm waiting for the entry, so I am planning to go to the Kalani University right now.
Kalani University. Okay, the Vibhishana place. Yeah.
So this is a doubt which I want to get clarified. So yesterday you said that Kaikesi is Ravana's mother, right?
What?
Kaikesi is Ravana's mother, right?
Kaikasi, not Kaikei. Kaikasi.
Yeah, Kaikesi. So, but as what I have heard is like there is a person called Pushpotkata.
Pushpotkata, no.
Pushpotkata, and so this Kaikesi and Raka are Pushpotkata's sisters, and so Ravana's mother is Pushpotkata. So I don't know. So with all these stories, I was a bit confused.
No, it is Kaikasi. Kaikasi is the mother of Ravana. No doubt about it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Sanjeev. You can unmute yourself and ask this.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir. Again, Sanjeev. Yeah. So I'm the national tour guide of Sri Lanka. So there are two.
We are following your doubts very often. So You don't need of any special introduction. You can continue the question.
Okay, so thank you. And I have two questions related to each other. So my first question is in Valmiki Ramayanam, is that mentioned, as you said, the Ravana knows the purpose of his birth to the earth. He knows the purpose, what he come for earth to show the good and bad. Is that mentioned in Ramayanam, or is it's
Okay, I'll answer that question. Yes, I got
once
it.
we read. Okay,
Yeah.
and my second question, the same related to the same thing. So second question, and Ravana know about his purpose, but the Rama and Sita, did they know about their purpose to come to earth, or they didn't know?
Okay, I'll let you. Okay, fine. So see, so in Ramayanam, you will start understanding. You will start understanding the Ravana's ability and what he knows, what he's feeling like doing, why he is doing all this stuff. If you read only till Yuddha Kanda, till he dies, that is after Rama coming, killing Ravana, then Vibhishana getting crowned, and Rama going back to Ayodhya, and then getting crowned as the king of Ayodhya, the next king of Ayodhya. Till there, 99% of the people who read Ramayana in India only read till there. Apart from this, there is another part called Uttara Ramayana, or it is also called as Uttara Kanda. Uttara Kanda is also called as Uttara Ramayana. So only when you start reading that part, you will start understanding what are the internal feelings and why Ravana is behaving like that, all this stuff. And there is one hint what Valmiki gives in Yuddha Kanda also. So how that way, when we getting into Yuddha Kanda, you'll be knowing it. That if I tell it now, that suspense of Rama knowing his part, that will be missed. When we are talking about the Var, in the Var episode, I will explain about the Rama's part. Let us come to the Ravana's part. When you read Uttara Kanda, you will always understand so how Rama is supposed to behave and how he has behaved and what he has done is all perfect. From his point of view is all correct. That you will start understanding only when you start reading Uttara Kanda. And of course, there are all other Ramayanams are also there. So a lot of things are, but primarily you take the main essence you always take from Valmiki Ramayana. And this Ravana knowing his what the deeds, what he needs supposed to do, and justifying all this stuff, you find it in Uttarakanda. Now, Uttarakanda, why Ravana comes after Ravana is died, why Ravana topic has come again in Uttarakanda. I hope I have explained it in one of my earlier sessions, but I'll still tell you the clarity. After Rama started taking the ruling, so after a couple of months, he casually calls for just a casual talk with all his ministers and well-known people. Vasishtha and other sages are also there. Then Rama himself asks, see, we have gone to Lanka, we have done such a big war, but who is this person, Ravana? He is so admirable. He is so much he has done to Lanka. We have not. We don't even have what he has in thing. His cities are so advanced. His sciences are so advanced. His military is so advanced. So who is he? What is he? I want to know the history of Ravana. This is what Rama asks, and then Vasishtha and other sages starts explaining the greatness of Ravana to Rama after the war is completed. So it is during this time the greatness of Ravana is revealed to Rama or to us as a reader of the Valmiki Ramayana, even to us. And Valmiki has not written all 7 parts at one shot. He wrote 6 parts at one shot, and then 7th part, Uttarakanda, is written at the later stage. Because in the Uttarakanda, he mentions about there is a gap up to Ravana being killed, he being crowned, Rama being crowned is mentioned in the first 6 parts, which was written at perhaps we can say it as one stretch by Valmiki. Later there is a gap. Then again Rama's kids also will come. All this stuff will come. Sita will go again into the forest after going back to Ayodhya. So that episodes will come. Those all comes after a gap, and that comes in the Uttar Ramayana. Yeah. Anyone else, please admit?
Yes, sir.
I think someone, Ruvan is. I just.
Rohan.
Yeah, Ruvan, please.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, Rohan. Tell me, please. Introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Ruan De Silva, a national tour guide lecturer and as well as working for travel agency. My question is, you said that in your last session, today, after passing away of Ravana, he was paid respect by Rama. But in India, there is a kind of religious ritual. In that ritual or festival, the puppet of Ravana is burned. So what is that?
Yes.
That's the first question.
Yeah.
And the second question, and Teja and Vijaya.
Jaya and Vijaya. Jaya and Vijaya. Yeah.
Yeah, Jaya and Vijaya. They have been converted to Doman of Vishnu, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And what is the connection with Ravan and Kumbhakarna?
See, it is Jaya and like how okay. Let me answer both the questions. First question, what you've asked. Why Indians? There is a custom in a lot of Indian parts. They burn Ravana during the time of Dasara. This is what happens. So Dasara is, now you started understanding. Actually, this question might have been more relevant when we have completed Yuddhakanda. Then you will be understanding more better. But because you have asked now, I don't want to keep it that long. So the whole act, the Jaya and Vijaya concept, and your first question and the second question are interlinked in a very broader angle when you look into. So if I have to answer your first question, so ultimately Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Rama, Sita, all these know the purpose of their coming onto the earth in the faiths. They know the purpose of coming onto the earth. So they are doing all this for the betterment of the globe, for the human standards to live in. Okay, and there are certain examples which will be coming in the next episodes when we are talking. So when the discussions happen between Ravana and his mother. So when the discussions happen between Ravana and his mother, these things will come, and then we'll be coming to at that point we'll be talking about Kanya hot wells in Trincomalee. That also we'll be discussing. So they know the purpose of their coming, they know it, but they cannot disclose it to the general public, including to Vibhishana. They cannot disclose it. They know that. The first, and then the purpose of why he has come, he has come to show the heights of evilness, heights of badness. Heights of evilness or heights of badness. You need to see that in the Indians, the same person who is burning Ravana, during the time of Dasara, the same person plays Shivatanda Stotram written by Ravana. He who chants Shivatanda Stotram written by Ravana every day. The same under the same organization where Ravana is getting burned, the same organization will be chanting Shivatanda Stotram also on their daily rituals, where they are respecting the good part of Ravana also. So the resemblance of the 10 heads of Ravana means in the process, I think I need to bring one person called Shantanu Gupta also, where he takes this part very nicely. So the purpose of it is to tell the people on this account of Dasara, identify 10 bad qualities within you and burn them off today. Or at least burn one bad quality of you within you. On this festival of Dasara, let us leave one bad quality, what you feel that you have. Maybe if it is students or school students, try to postpone doing the homeworks. If it is the youngsters, I normally cross I normally jump the color lights or signal lights, traffic lights, color light, I jump the traffic lights. Certain things I have negligence of postponing my things. So I have negligence of doing not giving that respect to my children, or not whatever you have, whatever you feel that you need to get yourself corrected. That one bad quality you burn from you, and that symbolizes this 10 heads of Ravana. When they're burning Ravana 10 heads, they're not burning the Ravana of the Vedic 10 heads or the intellectual 10 heads of Ravana. They are not burning. They are representing that statue as the 10 bad qualities of the humans, and then they are burning Ram. And the second thing of Jaya and Vijaya, I think your question is, coming to the Jaya and Vijaya, Mahavishnu has taken 10, is expected to take 10 times birth to correct things when the things goes wrong, of which starting with Matsya Avatara, the 10th one is Kalki, where Rama comes in the 7th position, Buddha comes in the 9th position, according to that particular faith. So, these Jaya and Vijayas, who are the guards or gatekeepers or guards of Mahavishnu, are supposed to be away from them for 3 lives because of the curse what they get from Sanakananda Kumaras, what we have heard yesterday from Sanakananda Kumaras. They have they got an option whether you choose 7 lives being good or being 3 lives being bad. Either you be good for 7 lives on earth, or you be bad for 3 lives on the earth. Ultimately, you will be teaching what the mankind, helping mankind how to live good. If you are choosing the shorter version of 3 lives, then Mahavishnu himself has to come down. Then you both will have you'll be dying in the hands of Mahavishnu itself. And the episodes that happen between Mahavishnu and Jaya and Vijaya will be the lessons to the society. Here, Mahavishnu is Rama, Lakshmi is Sita, Jaya is Ravana, Vijaya is Kumbhakarna. This is what. And Edwin, please keep checking for the questions more.
Yes, sir. One more reason, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, you are Mr. Kamal, is it?
Yeah, I'm Kamal Abdullah, sir. I'm National Tourist Guide Lecturer from
yes,
from Sri Lanka.
Yes.
That I just want to know about this journey of this King Ravana to India and coming back. We have learned that he had a chariot which is made out of the wooden. He had a flight to go to India and come back. We didn't hear about that story in between your lecture. And the other one is about the Ram Sita Setu, the Samudra Sandhi, that about the connection between and Sri Lanka.
Yes. Yes. The first question what you have asked, even I am not very sure. What about this wooden chariot you are talking about that goes from Sri Lanka to India? That I am not very sure because it was always water around Lanka. I am not very sure. Of course, Ravana was having different kinds of aircrafts. Is all like how you have in your local legends. It's all accepted. But this wooden chariot, are you talking about the chariot path in Lanka, or is something? If it is chariot part of Lanka, then it's a different scenario. So, but if it is something that on the chariot path, King Ravana coming to the modern Indian region, that is something what even I have not heard of. So that I will not be able to. I have not heard of it. I'm not sure. The second one, can you repeat me your second question, please? This is Ram Set.
Yeah.
About the bridge between India and Sri Lanka, right? So that I am supposed, I hope will be coming tomorrow only, I guess. I think tomorrow's topic is covering, because today we have come till Hanuma coming to Lanka and identifying Sita, and Hanuma giving his identity to Sita. Hanuma takes Sita's identity also to Rama. That will be coming tomorrow. And Vibhishana going back to, Vibhishana going away from Ravana and supporting, to go in support to Rama. Till there we have learned. So till now, Hanuma is supposed to report back to Rama, and they have to come to the shore and then decide to build the bridge. So these all episodes are coming tomorrow. And tomorrow you'll be knowing a lot of interesting things about the connection between India and Sri Lanka, how scientifically they have mentioned the construction of this bridge will also be told.
Hello,
that will be covered. Your second question will be covered tomorrow.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So one more.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. I think Mr. Mohan, is it?
Yes.
Hi, hi, Mohan. How are you?
Hello. How are you, sir?
Hi, sir.
Yeah. How are you, sir? I'll switch off my video because last time it was not very clear when I switched on the video.
No, no issues, no issues. I remember you asking some couple of questions in the earlier sessions also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, tell me, sir, Mohan.
Now, my question is, I just the gentleman, Mr. Ruan De Silva, who asked about the Ravana's aircraft, and now all this time I was telling all my Indian clients who come here as Ramayana tours, we have two very prominent, like very important places where our third highest peak, which is called Totopolakanda.
Totopolakanda, Gurulapota,
exactly. Varyapola, that's right. So Varyapola means aircraft port, and
yes.
Totopola means like also once again airport. So I have a bit of a doubt that should I tell this story to a Ramayana?
You can tell. I'm covering any of those in the coming sessions. You can comfortable tell. You can comfortable tell about Totopolakanda, Varyapola, Gurulapota. You can comfortable tell. No issues.
Okay, sounds like you know better than me.
No. You have. You can comfortably tell. No issues.
Perfect. Thank you. That's it. That's all, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hello, sir. One more doubt, sir, but he is not able to talk. Sir.
Okay, then whoever is unable to talk, please message to the admin in the chat, and admin will read it out loud. Whoever is unable to give the sound, please chat to the admin, and admin will read it out for us. And today I think we are going a little longer. The session has gone a little longer. We're already 14 minutes. We have taken excess. I hope you are. Someone is connecting with audio? Admin?
No, sir. I think that how long did it took Rama to find Lanka?
Yeah, those all will be covering tomorrow.
Okay.
Those all will be covering tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's it.
That's it?
No more messages.
Yeah. I hope at least I want one or two people from you to give me the feedback. Did you get the essence of and how to explain? I'll be very particular on. So how to explain Sita Kotua, Sita Elia, Hagala Gardens and Asoka Vanam. So these parts were you able to grasp in today's session? So that is what I want feedback from at least one or two of you. So anybody can give the feedback, please raise the hand and give the feedback. Yes, Mr. Tushan Sam has given a thumbs up. Can you please unmute and talk, please?
Yes, sir. Actually, even I have a question to ask about. You told that about Sita Kotua. It is that Sita's palace, where I built Sita's palace.
Yes.
So actually, Rama had a palace. In which place there is mentioned a place about Ravana's palace in Sri Lanka? In which place?
See, it is considered, in the Ramayana, it is mentioned that Ravana used to have a palace in Lanka, in a place called Lankapura. In Lanka, there's another city called Lankapur. In that he used to have, and this Lankapura is on the top of Trikuta Parvat, is what mentioned in Valmiki Ramayana. So where exactly is this Trikuta Parvatam in Sri Lanka? We are not very sure of that. That again we need to find out the things. So in Ramayana it's mentioned it is on the top of Trikuta Parvatam, which means literally it's on the a plateau made from three mountain peaks. What Trikuta Parvatam means. So that is how the narration was given in Valmiki Ramayana. So where exactly is this Trikuta Parvat in today's Sri Lanka? Then is again a question mark. I think that exploration is yet to happen.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Sir, one more
Other than
doubt,
that,
sir.
all are clear.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
So one more doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Did Vibhishana betray Ravana?
No, Vibhishana has not betrayed Ravana. So it is Ravana was the one who said there is a beautiful conversation between Vibhishana and Ravana. So it is Vibhishana says, brother, it is you who taught me. We both, you are the one of, you are the guru of me. So you are the one who taught me that an ambassador or a messenger or not, it's not supposed to be insulted or not supposed to be killed or not supposed to be harmed. So, and right from the day one, we see, we are always seeing, because it is all one-sided. Every time you call the other side also, listen to the other side conversation also, and then give your judgment. But here we are only listening to Surpanaka's words and we are continuing it. This is not the right way. And you are hurting, Vibhishana gets more hurt when the messenger is being, or the ambassador of the opposite person is being insulted or hurt. That is when Vibhishana raises the bigger question. And he is standing for the dharma, which was taught by Ravana only to him. And Ravana's intention was also that. So Ravana's intention was to instigate Vibhishana to show his abilities of standing on dharma. So it is to show the entire the court. So if it is dharma, it is dharma. So if it is like how Rama, if it is dharma, even if it is hurting so many people in the society, he left the place and he went away. In the same way, he want to show Vibhishana is the next person who can ably do the ruling of the Lanka. So before he departs, he need to find the next proper king. And before he departs, he knows that he's going to take Kumbhakarna also and go away. And there is a beautiful narration coming up when the war episodes happen. That will be anyhow discussing it. So that is it's Ravana's intention of sending Vibhishana away. And if it is so, if you feel that it is Vibhishana is betrayed, Vibhishana might have not told to Ravana that he is going. He told to Ravana, this is not the right way, then right way. And when such things happen, so Ravana might have happily, instead of sending Vibhishana to the other side, Ravana might have put him in the prison. But Ravana only sends, okay, you go to the other side, let us see what happens. That's what. And Mr. PJ, I think you are lifting the hand. P. Joseph or something, I only find it till P. The ID is GSL5272. You can unmute and ask the question.
Sunil, sir.
Yes.
PJB Sunil, okay.
That's right. You said about Trikuta Parvata.
Yes.
That's, we explained it at, Mount Kailasam. That's in India.
No, Mount Kailash is different. Trikuta Parvatam is different, totally.
Yeah. It's not Mount Kailas. Now, Mount Kailas is in line with Tirukoneshwaram. Now, when you take the map, look at the map of Sri Lanka and India, when you draw a line straight between Tirukoneshwaram and Mount Kailasam,
yes,
that's in line. So that as I know, that we introduce as Trikuta Parvatam.
No,
maybe you can clarify.
May not be Trikuta.
Not Tirukoneshwaram.
We're not very sure
not
about
Tirukoneshwaram. Not Tirukoneshwaram. That's in line with Mount Kailasam.
Yeah, it is in line with Mount Kailash. That is accepted. But then Tirukoneshwaram has a very beautiful narration. That also I'll be covering it. Tirukoneshwaram is also a beautiful. I'm very nice that you told Tirukoneshwaram instead of saying Trincomalee. That is a very nice of you. So Tirukoneshwaram has a different story around it, and it's a beautiful thing. We'll be discussing about that also. Tirukoneshwaram is very important not only for Ramayana. There's another story I attached also. Shakti Pitham is also in Tirukoneshwaram, in the same place. So that is very important place for the belief systems of Hindu pilgrims. For them, Tirukoneshwaram or Trincomalee today is very important.
Hello, sir. One more is in for the doubts. Two doubts.
Please.
Have unmuted him?
Hello.
Hi, madam. We are unable to see you. If you can introduce yourself and then.
Can you hear me?
We are able to hear you.
Oh,
but I cannot see you. I'm able to hear you, but I'm unable to see you.
My name is Sandrina, and I'm the director of DMC called East and West on Board. We are in Batikalo.
You're the director of what is the DMC?
East and West on Board. It's a small travel agency.
Okay.
We are in Batikalo, in the eastern side of Sri Lanka.
Okay.
It's very interesting to follow the sessions. Thank you very much. And I wanted to ask you two questions. The first one is, since Sita was put after being, after Ravana tried to please her to put her in the palace, she was put in Asokavanam. You said it without sorrow. So did he manage to make her without sorrow by staying in this?
No, he could manage it without sorrow, because at least that is an attempt of Ravana doing, see, you know, she's not accepting anything what is being given. So instead of being in the material life, let her be close to the nature. So that is why he has put in the Asokavanam. But the narrations in, as per the Valmiki Ramayana says, she is in the Asokavanam, but still Asokavanam is also, even in Asokavanam, she's in a very sad mood, crying all the time. That's how the narration of Valmiki Ramayana goes. Her sorrows are not been taken off, but there is one person who comes in help of Sita at that time. So I'll be telling about that also.
Okay.
And if you can find out who is that person who comes in help of Sita whenever she is in sorrow, there's one lady who comes in support of Sita all the time. I'll give you a hint. If you can answer tomorrow, it will be really great. The hint is she is the daughter of Vibhishana.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
The second question is, in Batikalo, we have the Mamongam temple. It's a Hindu temple with several thousand years of history. And it is said that, I mean, I have heard some guides explaining that Hanuman had his tails in fire. And so he came and stopped the fire by putting his tail in the pond of the temple. So I wanted to ask you whether it is connected to the incident you explained.
I'm not sure about this. This I didn't find it. See, there are certain things what are not, it may be a local agency. There are certain things when I'm talking about Yella, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, when I'm talking about Yella Ravana tunnels. So I'll be mentioning there are certain things which are purely origin to Lanka, to Sri Lanka. So, and those also not to be omitted. So this is how it is happening across the world also. So though Valmiki Ramayana is considered to be the main line of Ramayana, so every region, suppose you go to Indonesia, in most of the Indonesian skits, they don't show Shatrugna's character at all in most of those shows. That doesn't mean Shatrugna is not there at all in Ramayana. So, and they have these narrations. And even when I'm talking about Yella, when I'm going to talk about Yella, there are certain very interesting things what we'll be discussing. So about Yella, Ravana caves, Ravana tunnels, also we'll be discussing going forward. There are certain things which are particular to the local legends and which are also to be carried forward. So you cannot omit the local legends also. You have to keep the local legends also, because those also have come from many years. It's not someone made today or yesterday. They also have traveled many thousands of years. And we, being from the research side also, when Sinhala itself is a very old language, the nature of a language transformation itself is a different, itself is a different study altogether. So islands normally, an island-based countries have the more potential to retain the originality of the language than on the inland, non-island or inland, which is mixed up with multiple languages. So like how in India, the languages keeps transforming. The one language get mixed up with the other language. That language words get entered into one other language, like that. Say suppose you take English. So 90% of the words of English are borrowed from some other language or the other. Some of French words, from Italy words, they're all mixed up, and then the language English has come. But Sinhala is not like that. Sinhala has a lot of its originality itself, and and it's more related. Many words of Sinhala are attached to Sanskrit. It is right from the start core. in the language exploration or language getting betterment, I think Sinhala is in the very ancient days, and Ireland is able to preserve the originality of the language very well. And when I see some of your
Hello all, there is a technical issue from the Bala sir side. Please be online. Hello. No sir. No. Yes sir. I Please be online for 2 minutes. Sir is not.
Hello, guys, can you hear me? Sorry, there was some disturbance. Edwin, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Great. Sorry, my system got hung and it happened that I have to reboot the system. Sorry for that. I don't know. I don't know that my system got hung. I was kept on talking. So the last question, can you please repeat it? I don't know how far you have heard. If you can just guide me on that, we'll continue from there. Edwin, you can also help me till where the audio was there for you during that last session. I was not very sure. Till where you have heard, and should I continue from where? Edwin, are you responding or someone else is responding?
Hello.
Edwin, tell me please.
Sir, we are at the doubt from that madam, sir.
Yeah, till where you have heard, or else the concerned lady, whoever asked me the question, can you repeat the question?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. No, I was asking you about our Mamangam temple, whether the pond that is safe.
Yeah, Mamangam thing, I'm not that very sure of that particular part, madam. I need to verify it once again. Yeah. That part I'm not very sure of. And I think you were asking something else also.
Yeah, you had answered already, but the sound got cut in the middle of your answer.
Yes, my system got hung even. I was confused. Yeah. I was kept on talking that I didn't notice that my system got hung. So, and then I have to reboot and come back.
No problem.
So see, my point is here is only one thing, that local legends are also equally important. So those are so very important that those are the things which are going to help us in doing at the next level of doing the research work, everything also. Sri Lanka as a country has a great potential of building Ramayana tourism in terms of not only heritage tourism or in terms of not only cultural tourism. Sri Lanka can definitely look into the aspects of building an education tourism or the research tourism also. So, I'll anyhow be speaking with your authorities on this part and see what best we can build a research-oriented tourism also. There's a high possibility of research-oriented tourism also. So, like how a lot of Europeans go to Cambodia to research on Angkor Wat temple. How a lot of Australians and Europeans, French people go to Java Island in Indonesia to do research on what is this? The temple called Prambanan Temple. Prambanan Temple in the east part of Java. The place is called as Yogyakarta, also known as Jogjakarta or Jogja. So a lot of research. The tourism departments there are trying to promote the destination not only as the heritage tourism, but also the educational or research-oriented tourism also. That is also a big thing. So that kind of things also DMCs can look into. And with the business prospect of the DMCs, we'll be discussing on. I think you are from DMC, right? I think we lost her. The DMCs on the 7th day will be discussing on how to take it forward on the business line also.
Yes, I am from a DMC, yes.
Yes. On the 7th day, we'll be discussing more on sales perspective, how to build more revenues. So where you have to tap, which markets you have to tap. All this stuff we'll be discussing on 7th and 8th day.
Yeah, I think the connection also with the Indian market is very important.
Yes, Indian market is important. And there are many other markets also which you have to explore. We will be discussing on that market part. We'll be discussing on 7th and 8th day. Let us now confine to sites and narration of the sites. The itinerary, when the itinerary comes, then we'll discuss about the business also.
Can I say something?
Please.
Yeah, just as a DMC, of course, we will be also interested that the people who are following this course, if they are interested to do this type of tour, that they could contact us also, and we can build a network of people who are able to do this type of tour.
No, I didn't get you. I didn't get your point.
I said now you have maybe 100 or I don't know how many participants in that in that workshop.
Okay.
And most of them, as I see, are either national guides or chauffeur guides who are interested in this. So it's interesting if we can keep in touch with these people, because if we start advertising and being able to bring Ramayana tourists,
yes,
we will need people who can do that.
Yes,
so
that is the whole purpose why Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority, why I am all of us doing this, because the whole purpose of the training session is that actually. So when we bring the tourist, the ground also should be equally prepared. So the people ground also should be equally prepared. The guide should be prepared. DMCs has to be prepared. So and you will be that is that itself is the topic on the day 7 actually.
Okay.
7 and 8 is what the whole topic is on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, sir. One more reason for doubt. Sir.
Yeah. Admin, try to wind up a little bit. Guys, kind to wind up a little bit.
Yeah, last one.
Because I have a next meeting with the World Ramayana, Global Ramayana Encyclopedia meeting is. I'm already late now by 40 minutes. The 2-hour sessions. At least I need to join in the middle.
I think they are not able to talk. There is a problem from their side with the mic.
Okay, you can take the question in the chat and put it across.
Okay, sir.
Or else you can take it in the email and we can answer it again in the coming sessions.
Okay, sir. And one feedback from the participant. They are saying that today we have got clear clarification regarding the Ashoka one.
Great, thanks a lot. That is what that is the whole purpose, Jeep. Thanks a lot for mentioning that. Very thankful. So we all should go on. All the guides have to go on the same pace, and when you start narrating the story. So my only point with the guides is, sir, all the guides should involve with the tourist, discussing like how I am discussing with you. So during the journey, when you're when you're taking the people from one place to another place. So suppose you're taking from Kandy to Nurelia, from Nurelia to Kandy. In the journey, the tourist is not supposed to sit quiet and see only the outside part. So you should involve them in the discussion of Ramayanam into the depth level. So for that, you need to know at least the points what I'm talking, whatever we are discussing these 6 days. I know it's a little hefty. Like Jeevana said, I will try to come down to Sri Lanka once again. So meet you all once again and tell once again all this stuff. So you need to know, you should have the command on this. Only then the tourist will be happy. You need to involve them. You need to give the experience, not to explore things. That is why I told experience first, exploration is afterwards.
Yeah, that's all, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
You're late for the meeting. Please let Bala go to the other meeting.
Yeah. Please, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, worrying for you.
If required, we'll have longer session tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So because that is also a little important meeting for me. Tomorrow, if you want, we can spend a little more time. So not an issue. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Take care. Thumbs up once again, all of you, for the day. Great. Bye-bye. Aibowan.